I've noticed there's a naked challenge going around on social media, and that left me wondering, why is being naked a challenge? It's just us being us. Why are blue ballers so rigid about nudity? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Find out the naked truth on today's Blue Ball Report. Greetings, gametes, and welcome to the Blue Ball Report. I'm your host, Superfvck, beaming to you live from my new superhero hideout, nestled between two cheeks. Yesterday I went for a walk to check out my new neighborhood. It was a hot and sunny day, way too hot for these clothes, and I didn't want to stick out with these fancy threads. So I went out just donning my trusty cap when I heard all sorts of cars honking as I passed by all these shocked faces. At first I thought the attention was for my dashing good looks. But then someone yelled from across the street, "Cover that up! I don't want to look at that!" How rude. Hey, I don't like your look either, but at least I have manners to look elsewhere quietly. Are these blue ballers unable to control which way they look? Or are they just rude? Finally, I passed a friendly-looking fellow, and I asked him, why are all these people yelling at me? My tactic indicated his mean shaggitude was very sex-positive, so I figured he made a good ally. Actually, I invited him as a guest on today's show to give the insider blue baller perspective. Happy to introduce my first guest, a native blue baller named Digger. Welcome, Digger.
Hey, Superfvck, thanks for having me.
And thanks for the broadcast last week in my absence. So tell me, Digger, why are all these blue ballers upset?
Probably because you were naked.
Naked? What do you mean naked?
Well, you weren't wearing any clothes.
I was wearing my condom cap. I wasn't naked.
No, I mean, you're willy. You at least have to cover your genitals.
Genitals? Such an unsavory word, genitals. Couldn't these blue ballers come up with a sexier word for sexy body parts? Genitals. Sounds like one of those bland frozen vegetables that have been overcooked that your mother forces you to eat. Eat your cauliflower, carrots, and genitals, kids. Blech. Why are you always pushing genitals, Mom? Genitals are good for you, dear. I hate genitals, Mom. They're nasty. Did you wash your genitals, son? Always wash your genitals so that they're clean. Yes, Mom, but even clean genitals are nasty. Someday you'll see genitals are really quite wonderful. That's sexy. I'm going to call them gentles. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, why do I have to cover my gentles?
Well, it's the custom. It's the law. It's to protect children, they say.
Protect children from what? Seeing adults so comfortable in their own skin they're willing to bear it to the whole world? Back on Gonad, gamete children find nudity rather boring, actually. Children are curious creatures, probably even more curious about nudity since you make such a big deal of it. It certainly makes me curious.
Well, they're considered private parts because sex is private.
We're talking about nudity, not sex. And genitals aren't sex. Wait, are you telling me that for you blue ballers, sex has been reduced to just what's between your legs? Well, I tend to have sex with my entire body, mind, and spirit, so should I cover up everything?
Well, if you don't keep them hidden, then the police will come and arrest you.
What a curious fixation, Digger. I noticed that almost every word used for these body parts are considered offensive, except for maybe a few rather unsexy technical terms. Why is that? Is there any other body part that has a name that is offensive? Buttholes. Okay, but butts. Yes, I just said butt butts. Butt butts. Butt butts. Butt butts. Butt butts. Butt butts make an offensive mess, so I can understand them having a name that is offensive. But the gentles? What about these body parts is offensive? I rather enjoy them.
I don't know, but they just have to stay covered up. There's taboos about talking about these parts, except when you speculate on someone else's hidden genitals or whether they're inward or outward and how that qualifies them or not to access certain rights, opportunities, bathrooms, even fashion. This planet is like a house on fire, and instead of addressing climate change, these petty blue ballers are fighting about who can use which restroom, who can wear what, and who can love whom based on suspicious gentles in exile. Yeah, it gets even worse, Superfvck. Some young people have sent nude selfies to their boyfriend or girlfriend. This is called sexting. And then they got caught and they were put in jail for peddling in child pornography because they themselves were underage. And then they're put on this sex offenders list that's made public to everyone. And then they're restricted in where they can live, work, or travel for the rest of their lives. The consequences are serious. So if you're under 18, just don't take any nude pics of yourself or anyone else ever. Just wait till you're 18.
Wow. So there's really no distinction between nudity and porn. Back on Gonad, nude is not lewd. There are so many lewd things you can do with your clothes on. And certainly clothes are essential for warmth, protection, cleanliness, averting attention, and certain attire for certain events. But if we feel natural going au naturel, well, so be it.
Well, a lot of people don't want to look at naked people.
Sure, nobody likes looking at an ugly dick, but I don't like looking at a lot of ugly faces either. I'm not gonna force everybody to wear a bag over their heads, although maybe that's not such a bad idea. Where do you think this anti-genital hide-and-seek mandate comes from anyways?
I don't know, maybe from powerful men with ugly dicks? Instead of explaining why they preferred to keep their ugly dicks hidden, they just told everyone has to hide their dicks?
Or maybe it came down from powerful people trying to shame people. To shame their bodies is a means to take power from them, to control them.
How do you figure?
Well, there's power in self-love and self-acceptance. People who are truly connected to and loving of their whole selves can connect deeply with others, and they know where true happiness comes from. They don't make for obedient consumers, as the rulers would like, but fill people with body shame and self-loathing. They'll feel an emptiness that they seek to fill. And the advertisements are right there to do both. Make you feel unworthy and sell you the solution to your problem. This is the ideal. This is what you should look and be like. And if you just buy what we're selling you, you can get there. And like a shot of heroin, buying something has been shown to give your brain a shot of momentary pleasure, which feels good. A brain juice called dopamine. But again, like heroin, it eventually fades and lifts like a fog, revealing the hole that's still there, leaving you to crave what you just felt for a split second. Then your brain says, go back, get more, leading to a misguided notion that if you just do it right, if you keep doing it, this hole will be filled forever. But that's a delusion. That's not the source of true happiness. And just like a heroin addict, they keep trying over and over. This is why drugs are illegal, because they compete with the addictive high that capitalism and consumerism is trying to sell you. Body shame steals your power. And everywhere you look on the blue ball, models on the billboards and the magazines, the advertisements, stories we tell, they're all trying to fill you with body shame. And it's up to you to stay vigilant and resist the thieves who want to steal your power. And the first step to resistance is to love yourself from top to bottom, warts and all, even to the point that you would strut your naked ugly dick up and down the street.
Oh, that's some deep shit, Superfvck. I'm just here to laugh and learn about sex ed, but okay. You know, I was weird about nudity until I spent some time on a nude beach. Yeah, it was a challenge at first. It felt very awkward. But you look around and you get over it and you realize how non-sexy nudity can be. I mean, clothes can strategically hide places or frame places, or they create a mystery of what's behind them.
Good point, Digger. And our imagination, our fantasies are often hotter than the bare naked truth. Here's a new naked challenge for blue ballers. Go nude in a very non-sexual space. Hang naked at a nude beach or with some nudists. Model naked for the art classes. Then you'll realize how not sexy nudity can be and yet how liberating it can be. Eventually cracking through these body issues. This is how we cultivate self-love and self-acceptance. And don't tolerate anyone's negative comments about your body. Just shut that shit down. And don't even tolerate your own negative comments about your body or other bodies. Just shut that shit down. If you're up for that challenge, hit the subscribe button. Tell us about your experience in the comments below. Before we go, I'm curious what topics you'd like to see us explore in the Blue Ball Report. Add your thoughts in the comments below. That's all for this week. I'm your host, Superfvck, and this is your co-host, Digger.
Thanks for having me, Superfvck.
Farewell and fuck well.